In this lecture, we will learn about one very important concept known as deadlock in operating system. Okay, so as you can see, so deadlock means that, let's see, so this is a bridge kind of thing, road which tapers in the middle and then again broadens. Okay, so what happens, cars are coming from two directions, and in most of the path it is a two-lane road, but in the middle there is only one way lane. So what happens if these two cars are there in the middle? Okay, now it is a deadlock situation. This is waiting to move to the right of the bridge. This car, yellow car, is waiting to move to the left. But as the right one wants to acquire the left road, the left car which already has acquired the left road now wants to move to the right road. Okay, so this is a kind of deadlock where both are waiting, and if none of them moves behind or backs off, so this problem will remain. This is called operating system. And I know this happens with friends also, and many times. Okay, so deadlock, but to remove it someone has to back off. Okay, that's the thing, and it happens in operating system with your threads also, your friend threads. So they also can try to acquire some resource and go into deadlock. So let's see deadlock, another example. So this is a railroad. Okay, so this is a railroad, and it can move in vertical and horizontal both directions. One rail is here, it wants to go to the right up like this. One rail is here which wants to go to the left up. This train wants to move here down, and this train is here which wants to move here. Okay, so now if all of them are waiting for one another, this train is waiting for this one to move, but this train is blocked because this one is not moving. This train is blocked because this one is not moving, and this one is blocked because the first train itself is not moving. Okay, so this is the deadlock, and this is circular lock. Okay, so now again there is a deadlock. This cannot move because this is not moving. This rail 2 is not moving because rail 3 is not moving. It is acquiring the space where R2 wants to move. R3 cannot move because R4 is acquiring the space where it wants to move. Okay, and R4 cannot move because circularly R1 is not moving. So all of them are in a deadlock. So what to do? What should be done? So first let's see what are the conditions for deadlock. Okay, so what are the conditions for deadlock? So first thing is mutual exclusion, that you have a thread, only one thread at a time can execute something, a part of code. Non-preemption, that if a code is executing that synchronized block, okay, so none of the other threads can remove it from there. It can only leave that part of the code by itself. And now the thread is acquired something, and it is waiting for some other resource to acquire which is already taken by someone else. Okay, and it is circular in nature. So thread T1, T2, T3, T4 till Tn are there. They have already acquired resource R1, R2, R3, R4 till Rn. Now T1 wants the resource that is held by T2, so it wants R2. T2, the thread 2, wants R3 which is acquired by 3. T3 has already got R3, now it wants to acquire R5 which is acquired by T4, and finally like this, Tn has got Rn, it wants to acquire R1 which is acquired by T1. So they are all in form of a deadlock. So here also, if you consider this train 1, this as train 2, this as train 3, and this as train 4. So now what happens, and these are the roads, so you consider them as R1, R2, R3, R4. So what happens? So T1, train 1 wants to go to rail 2. Okay, so T1 has got rail R1, the road R1. T2 has got the rail R2. T3 has got rail R3, it has acquired. T4 has acquired R4. But if you see, T1 wants R2, it wants to go to R2. T2 wants R3, this train wants to go to R3. T3 wants to go to R4. Train 4 wants to move to R1. So this is again a kind of circular lock. So now this thing we will see how this happens in the code, and in the next lecture we will see how to remove deadlocks. Okay, so let's now try to see with the code. With help of code we will look here what needs to be done. So we have a class called deadlock. We have two resources. Okay, so we have two objects, object R1 which is the resource 1 here, and object R2 which is resource 2. So what happens is we have two threads. So we have two resources R1 and R2, and we have two threads T1 and T2. So T1 acquires R1, T2 acquires R2. Now T1 wants basically R2 and T2 wants R1, but because R1 is held by T1 and it is not going to leave it, so both of them, and T1 wants R2 which is acquired by T2, so it becomes a deadlock. So let's see. So we have two objects or resources. Now we create a thread. So thread 1, what it says, so it has a run method where what it does, so it is synchronized. So it is using a synchronized. If you write some code with synchronized R1, it means we are locking the resource R1. It means I have R1 and I have the thread T1 has the R1 dot lock. So it has got the lock of resource 1. So it says thread 1 has acquired and locked resource 1. Okay, so now let's see. So what happens here is that now it sleeps for some time. Okay, so this sleeping is there so that the thread 2 gets some time to acquire its first resource which is resource 2. So now it sleeps for 100 milliseconds, wakes up. Now it says thread 1 trying to acquire lock on R2, and then it tries to acquire the lock on R2 and it is trying. Okay, and if it is successful, it will write thread R1 has acquired and locked resource R2. Similarly, we have thread 2 which has its run method. So it acquires the lock synchronized R2, means it will try to lock the resource R2, acquire the lock. So it says thread 2 has acquired and locked resource 2. It also sleeps for some time, then it tries to acquire lock on R1. Okay, so how it acquires, it says again synchronized R1. This is the way to get the lock. So now if you see, so what happens here is that T1, so it says that it has already got R1 dot lock, it has got this. T2 has got R2 dot lock. Now it is trying, T1 tries R2 dot lock, but it is with thread 2 already it has got, so he can never get that lock, and T2 tries now R1 dot lock. This lock also T2 cannot get because T1 has got that lock. So now there is a deadlock. Okay, so this is the problem, and what happens now? So this is the example code that is just showing you how it happens. Now we do thread 1 dot start. So thread 1 start, it acquires the lock on R1. then it sleeps for some time while thread 2 acquires lock on R2, and now thread 1 tries to acquire lock on R2, thread 1 tries to acquire lock on R1, both of them gets deadlock. So let's try to run this code. So let's try to see the output. So it's building. Thread 1 acquired and locked resource 1, then thread 2 comes, acquired and locked resource 2, thread 2 night trying to acquire lock on R1, which is already being taken by thread 1, thread 1 trying to acquire lock on R2. This is running, this code is running, and now nothing will happen. Okay, so both of them are just waiting for each other, no one is giving their resource, it is a deadlock. Okay, so next time this will be very important for human relations also, that you will see how we remove the deadlock. Someone has to back off, okay, or some timeout, something should be there. Okay, so I hope you understand this. Thanks a lot.